This summer, I had an opportunity to visit Indonesia for the first time, and while most people would go there for honeymoons and or see the breathtaking landscapes this country has to offer, my interest lied in the beetles that inhabited these beautiful jungles. Also the food. The food was incredible. But one small problem. I was confined to the bustling streets of Jakarta and I couldn't go looking for these beetles. Despite being so close to Atlas beetles and stag beetles all over Sumatra, I was still too far. So I settled for Taman Mini. It's a special park that's full of cultural exhibits, museums, theaters, gardens, and more, but I was here for this museum of insects. The ticket was sold together at Dunia Air Tawar. Sorry, I probably butchered that pronunciation. Duolingo can only take you so far. It's an aquarium that specializes in freshwater and brackish creatures, so this is gonna be a double feature. My journey began at the aquarium, and it was honestly spectacular. Most of the aquariums I've been to in my life were for saltwater organisms, so there were a bunch of species I've never seen before. There was so much variety, the theme was on point, and I've always found it cool and funny when I see YouTubers making a real world difference, so shout out to this channel I guess for donating this really cool looking feller. Also, this eel really confused and unsettled me. Its face looks so much like a mouse that it was kind of jarring.
What is this doing here?
Nevertheless, what an amazing experience, especially considering that I came at a bad time when they were renovating, and the full exhibit wasn't even available. Anyway, on to what I thought was going to be the star of this video and trip. Thankfully, the insect museum was right next to the aquarium, so after a brisk walk, we've arrived, and again, their trash cans are so good. Before coming to this museum, I looked up what it had to offer, and I was super excited that they had some live specimens, including a butterfly garden and apparently also cages of small animals like squirrels, opossums, tarsiers. You get the point, but why? Anyway, I entered the museum and was immediately in awe of the sheer quantity of preserved insects. Also, many of them were arranged in weird patterns.
I love these formation. What is this? It's the army ranks. That's a person?
With no arms.
Oh, I see it. You got the legs, you got the pelvis here. Oh, you got a Metroid here.
What did they do here?
Oh.
The museums also displayed insects and dioramas, simulating how they'd be in the wild, but these geographic models of insects spanned across the Indonesian islands were my favorite.
The bugs of Indonesia.
The museum was split into two parts. So far, I only showed the half displaying all kinds of insects except one, and that was Lepidoptera. There's an incredible variety of butterflies and moths in Indonesia, so the rest of the museum was dedicated to them. There was also a small corner about the ecological and economical importance of insects and this pretty bench, which was really nice. After that, I ventured onto what I was most excited for, the butterfly garden and other unspecified live insects. But little did I know the pathway to the living exhibits had a bad omen of what's to come.
What do they do to this guy?
Ouchie.
Ouchies.
I entered the butterfly garden and it was empty. After some searching, there was a single butterfly which thankfully I was able to approach and get a somewhat decent shot of. But what I found the most funny about this butterfly garden was that there are way more fish than the actual butterflies in here. After some time, two more butterflies did pop up, but I'll be honest, it was still a little disappointing. After leaving the museum, we finally came across another live insect, and they were these huge stick bugs all crowded in one small cage.
I touched it.
Sorry, I'm pretty immature. I forgot to take B-roll of this because at the time I completely forgot they were supposed to have small mammals, but there was a bunch of empty cages outside the museum, which was probably where they were supposed to be. Perhaps I came at a bad time for the insect museum, but I can easily say that I enjoyed the aquarium much more. But I still highly recommend checking both of these out, especially because as a set, it's only 30,000 rupiah, which is incredibly cheap. Also, this entire park is just so cool. Just visit it if you have the chance. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this unusual vlog kind of thing, I guess. And check out my other videos if you're interested about beetles.